audience demands episodes, and so this is what we do.
Yeah.
Meet up during the lunch break. We might be a little under the weather, but it's for the fans. It's like, we don't have fans yet. Well,
We'll get there.
Alright, so first things first, let's mention that we originally recorded a Skater of the Year 2019 episode like 2 weeks ago. Let's get into it.
Alright.
We wanted to talk about the Skater of the Year, Thrasher Magazine Skater of the Year 2019. And I guess it's good timing because this is like getting to the end of the year. We're almost in December, so they're going to have to figure this shit out soon. And because of different things popping up, you know, excuses, but we had a little event, we had some clips going on, and I tried to edit that, put it all out. We got Gavin hounding me to get his edit out. And,
which is sick, which is a great edit.
And to be honest, and thanks, and shout out to Gavin, big fan.
What's his Insta?
At Polaroid White. But we had recorded that like a month or so ago. It's just kind of like there's a lot of footage that I need to go through that has been piling up, and trying to get to it. But hopefully Gavin's stoked on his clip. I think that he definitely ripped, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
So, that being said, we kind of learned a lesson, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's probably good to put things out before it's too late.
Yeah. You just got to start, just don't even edit. Just put it all out.
That's true. I mean, like, and if it's very
Half an hour of
time-sensitive,
video.
then maybe we just, like, boom, just put it out. Because people come to us for the breaking news. For the breaking skate news.
They will if we break the news.
Which, like, now...
But we almost...
we would have been before the 9 Club. We would have been before Skate Line. But...
I would have called it.
You called it. And so, it's is it a regret? Not really. It's okay. Because now we can talk about how we fucked up. Yeah. And that's an opportunity for learning. And we're always learning. And we're always trying to... get better.
Keep on the positive side of things where, we didn't fuck up. It's just we learned a lesson.
We kind of fucked up a little bit.
A little bit.
But that's okay. So, I will say, and I gotta give you your due props. SOTY 2019 Thrasher Magazine Skater of the Year is Milton Martinez.
My boy. Martin Martinez. That's my boy. If he wins it, that's, I don't have to skate switch.
Right. You can just watch.
If he wins the rest of the year, I'm like, fuck you, Martin Martinez.
Milton.
Whatever.
Really. Right after his Demolition part dropped, which was a heavy part, with all due respect, it was a very heavy and really fun part to watch.
That's my whole argument, is that we reviewed 3 parts. Of those 3 parts, that was the most entertaining to watch. And it was a little like, I was like, he's not going to do any switch tricks at all. But everything that he did was super heavy, super
So that's the thing. And so, I got to be honest, I'm a fan of Milton, happy he got it. This is reminding me of the year that Guy Mariano probably should have gotten it, but then David Gonzalez did, because he did one... quadruple kink 50-50, and that like sealed the deal. But he ripped too. Yeah. But it was like, dude, the cards were lining up for Guy Mariano, and this kind of reminds me of that with Mark Suciu and Tiago Lemos, because those guys were like killing it the entire year.
Yeah.
Not just like 1 or 2 gnarly.
Well, and the proficiency
video thing.
The proficiency of somebody that can skate switch very well is lost on somebody who doesn't skate or doesn't pay attention to like what is switch, what's not. So I think it was a decision based on just like thrilling skating to watch. And Milton did have a thrilling part.
Dude,
the other parts that we watched were fucking incredible. If you know that it's like he's doing this switch.
Mark Suciu's part, Verso, was my favorite because of how like much time and effort and like just how much you can tell he cares about what he puts out, and like there's a meaning to all this, and he's showing his skills in every different landscape.
Yeah. I really did enjoy it. It was well thought out. We talked about this before, that it was the song choices, the scenes, like the progression of the tricks were all very well thought out. Yeah. And it was that...
He's paying homage to, you know,
I think
prior generations of skating. He's like, dude, he's just like
hitting
so
classic
well
spots. Very New York.
But, dude, and his skating is total like East Coast skating.
Yeah.
Like lines and grimy spots and quick, like cool...
Using the skate stoppers was a highlight of that part that I remember.
Oh, they're like 180 to like nose stall to like ollie in to...
There's a cellar door one, and then there's a ledge one where there's like fucking
cellar door where he does 50 ollies in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. And then the ledge one, which had, I feel guilty not knowing, but he had like ollies up, flip trick, ollies back up, down.
Dude's first line, he did front side flip and then switchback nose blunt, and then he does switchback nose blunt flip out. And it's just like, dude, he's the master of control. But that being said, congrats to Milton.
Mm-hmm.
Gnarly dude. I'd almost be like, dude, just retire from all the gnarly shit. Keep living, dude. Keep living.
Shit was crazy.
Which, okay, that kickflip is the David Gonzalez 50-50 of like a few years ago.
Well, it's just the combination of like, they had multiple angles, so it's like they got the bet. You can see it from all over. It is fucking insane.
I love how his hat falls off, and you can see it just in his face. He almost touches it. Yeah, that he's just like so relieved. Dude, the kickflip was the best kickflip you could have done. Like there was no like, I'm gonna just do it to get by. It was like, I'm gonna do the best kickflip I can possibly do.
And I like you pointed out that the filmer is like, yep, or he says something like, where he's like, got it.
Like while he's catching it, he's like, yep. Or something like that.
Yeah, and that's great.
So super cool, super fun to watch. Am I pissed? Yes. Is it okay? Yes.
Yeah, well, and I think it goes back to the other two, like Tiago and
Tiago
Suciu.
Will keep ripping. He's going to get SOTY next year.
Yeah, or he's just going to keep going.
Mark's like, I got to put another fucking 2 years in.
Oh my, or like, I got to risk my life. Even that's the problem with daredevil skating is like, you do this one part and you're like, whoo, I made it.
Milton?
And then, yeah, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
So for Milton, that's the part
where he's like, if I don't get Thrasher or Skater of the Year, he's like, I'm fucked.
Well, and even if he didn't get Skater of the Year, that style of skating, you do all these insane things, and then people are like, do more.
Right.
Risk
that's
your
what I'm
life
saying.
more.
But I'm kind of on the opposite end where I'm like, dude,
I don't, yeah.
You could just go cruise around, like, you got Skater of the Year, you know, or just keep doing gnarly shit and I'll still watch it and I'll still love it.
To maintain relevant, he would have to keep amping it up, and that's where people fuck up and get hurt. I don't know, man. I mean...
But, so to your credit, I was like, dude, it's gotta be Suciu, it's gotta be Tiago. You said Milton, I was like, dude, how... And then it's Milton. So it was a surprise when and dude, I was like about to, I mean, like cliche as hell, but I was like getting ready to edit, and I was like, oh, they'll come out with this like in a week or two, end of December. And then I see the post, and it's like, and the Skater of the Year is, and I'm just like, fuck, God.
Well, we can edit in.
So the interesting thing too is this gives us a chance to discuss, like, the last time we talked was before Baker 4 came out. Mm-hmm. It was before this new Red Bull video came out, which it was Zion, Alex Midler, Jamie Foy, all those dudes completely killed it, especially Alex Midler. I mean, he took it to like a whole nother friggin' level. He killed it. I mean, he probably came out with another part earlier in the year, but if it wasn't in November, I don't remember it. So, that also being said, I feel like, dude, the cutoff for parts, for like if you're a pro or if you're an AM and you're trying to like get Skater of the Year, which are Skater of the Years usually pro? I feel like they are.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's a good question. We should look into that.
Yeah.
Has any AM ever?
I think an AM should be able to win it. Also.
Yeah.
But.
Or maybe it has to be because it's like, holy shit, I swear to God, I've seen one where it's like, dude's about to go pro, he just won Skater of the Year.
It might have been like Jamie Foy when he had just turned pro that year, and then I think it was.
Yeah.
But, so anyways, dude, if you're coming out with a part, like, early to mid-December, I feel like that's late. Like, just wait till January or February, because there is a recency bias, but, like, I think November is the sweet spot. October or November to come out with, like, your big part is probably and Milton came out with his, like, I feel like the last before the decision was made.
I was about to say, just don't put out a part until November.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, if you got all this footage that you got a
Exactly.
6-minute clip and it's fucking
That
December,
would be me as a pro.
then it'd be like, nuh-uh, I'm just rolling this over, and I might even whittle this down to the bangers and then film the rest of the year and just put out a part. If your goal is winning Skater of the Year, it seems that's
what
like
I would
a good
be doing
strategy.
is, like, showing up to little contests here and there, putting out Insta clips, like whatever, but then drop my big part in November.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of ride that into the sunset. And so am I going to win Skater of the Year? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. But, so what's interesting about that is Chris Colbourn, or Cookie Dough, as many people know him, has been on Element for, like, 17 years.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted him to go pro. Everybody expected him to go pro, like, 2-3 years ago. And he's been killing it. Like, the dude is friggin' talented as hell. Weird decision with Element dropping his new pro part, the announcement of him turning pro, and then his pro part, which was 6-7 minutes, could have been in the running. But they drop it, like, 2 days after the Skater of the Year decision, which I'm like, you've waited 17 years to drop his part. Why wouldn't you wait until the next year?
Years. Yeah.
And, no, realistically, he's probably been on Element for, like, 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And, like, probably deserved to go pro a while ago. It's like, why would you do that right after the decision? Have him come out with his epic pro part beginning to, like, mid-2020.
Yeah. Well, I got a theory on that.
They screwed him over again.
No, I think that what they do is it's a part that's great, but it was, like, if you watched it right now, it wouldn't be in the running for Skater of the Year, so it's a perfect time to put out a part while all this attention is on new skaters and
You're
shit
saying
like that.
it wouldn't have been in the running?
I think if you have a part that you're, like, not super confident on,
I feel like he was. I mean, it was a really good part.
It's a really good part, but is it Skater of the Year worthy?
So, okay, and that we only talked about Suciu, Tiago, Milton, but other people that I started to think about was, like, Miles Silvas, who came out with at least 2 parts, or maybe like 1 or 2 parts this year, killed it. Carlos Ribeiro, pretty much everybody that's on Primitive could be Skater of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, Carlos Ribeiro had at least 2 parts that were super good. But, and then in Baker 4, you know, obviously Figgy, we got, shout out to Figgy right here. We got the bobblehead. But Sammy Baca had a really good part. He hasn't come out with a part for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
And it was super good.
Yeah. That's always really cool when somebody that it's like...
Apparently people were, like, in tears at the premiere because... that's a
that's
thing
what
that
they
I
said
read.
About Guy Mariano, too, where it's like, this is my boy.
Well, that song kind of... Like, you can't really listen to that song and see somebody, like, trying something hard and, like, not cry. Not at least have some tears in your... You're like, it's all good. Yeah, that's sick, dude.
But he didn't win.
And so Milton is the David Gonzalez of this year.
Of 2019.
And that's fine. That's respect. But pretty much I guess that's thoughts on that. We wanted to break this news before the 9 Club, before Skate Line, before all the skate media gets to it, because people come to us for the real discussions about things like this.
Well, what we learned is that we can be on the cutting edge because we fucking called this shit like 2 weeks ago.
Who would you pick?
I already said. I'm going Milton Martinez.
Yeah, and to your credit, you know, sometimes you say you're not keeping up with, you know, parts sometimes, or like whatever.
But watch.
Your raw skate intuition is what led you to that decision.
Yeah.
Me, the skate-obsessed nerd, had it wrong.
Well, I love watching both,
Mark Suciu.
but I can understand the concept of, like, if you had to do what's the most entertaining part it's like I watched all of them. I get it, but that was the most entertaining part.
And now I think I know how they vote on Skater of the Year. They take a iPad to the streets of San Francisco.
Hey!
They show 50 strangers,
Hey,
probably
you!
including homeless people, mid-dump. He's like, Milton, kickflip guy.
That guy did crazy shit. Shit was crazy.
Which, okay. So for that reason, I'm pissed.
You're everywhere to me, and when I close my eyes, it's you I see. You're everything I know.